According to the U.S. Department of Justice, 2 U.S. Army soldiers and a former soldier accused of selling military secrets to buyers in China have been arrested. The 2 active duty soldiers were identified as Zhao and Tian, stationed at Joint Base Lewis-McChord in Washington State. Zhao, a battery supplies sergeant, was assigned to the 17th Field Artillery Brigade, and Tian is a health services administrator. The former soldier, Ruoyu Duan of Hillsboro, Oregon, served in the Army from 2013 to 2017. All 3 men are of Chinese origin. The case was investigated by the FBI and the Army Intelligence Command. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how China is unscrupulously obtaining U.S. military data. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Tian and Duan were both charged with conspiring to commit bribery and theft of government property. Zhao faces the same charge and was also indicted for obtaining and transmitting national defense information to an unnamed individual not authorized to receive it. According to an indictment filed in the U.S. District Court for Western Washington, Zhao, who managed over $55 million worth of Army property, was accused of selling nearly 24 classified hard drives marked secret or top secret, as well as sensitive U.S. military documents and information pertaining to high-mobility artillery rocket systems, HIMARS, to buyers in China, including one co-conspirator based in the city of Changchun. The sergeant is also accused of obtaining and selling information regarding the U.S. military's preparedness in the event of a conflict with China. According to the indictment, Zhao received payments totaling at least $15,000 starting in August 2024. A separate indictment filed in the U.S. District of Oregon claims that between November 2021 and at least December 19, 2024, Duan and Tian conspired to steal and transmit sensitive military information about the U.S. Army's operational capabilities, including technical manuals. The indictment further alleges that Tian provided Duan with links to Google Drive accounts containing sensitive details about U.S. military weapon systems, such as the Bradley and Stryker. This incident highlights a growing trend of Chinese nationals capturing sensitive U.S. military data. On July 23, 2024, South Korea announced apprehending 3 Chinese students for illegally filming the 100,000-ton U.S. Theodore Roosevelt supercarrier with a drone when it was docked near the Busan operational base of the Naval Operations Command in Yongodong. In July 2024, Shi Feng-yun, a 26-year-old graduate student from the University of Minnesota, pleaded guilty to misdemeanor espionage charges for photographing U.S. military infrastructure with a drone. Prosecutors stated that Shush flew a drone near the Newport News shipyard in Virginia on January 6th, capturing images of U.S. naval vessels equipped with classified systems still in the design process. In April and May 2023, reports surfaced of a Chinese drone allegedly capturing images and videos of the USS Ronald Reagan at Japan's Yokosuka Naval Base. This phenomenon is not a very recent one and continuing for some years. In 2020 December, a Chinese man in the United States was caught snapping photos of the Naval Air Station in Key West, Florida. According to the complaint affidavit, Liao agreed to waive his Miranda rights and told the agent with the Naval Criminal Investigative Service in broken English that he was trying to take photographs of the sunrise. But his lie was caught immediately when he provided the passcode to his cell phone and allowed the agent to look at the images. The agent observed photographs of Truman Annex on the camera. China has been trying hard to gain a military advantage over the U.S. and its allies by any means possible. In 2022, it was discovered that China tried to recruit British pilots. A spokesperson for the UK's Ministry of Defence, MOD, who spoke to the New York Times under the customary condition that he not be named, told the New York Times that China has offered lucrative contracts to draw on Britain's former military pilots, with salaries of about $270,000 a year. The British official said the Chinese recruiting effort has been ongoing since even before the coronavirus pandemic in 2020, but said their efforts have ramped up in recent months. Over the years, China has persistently targeted the U.S. with sophisticated cyber attacks. China obtained more than 50 terabytes of data from U.S. defense and government networks, notably the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter's stealth, radar, and engine secrets, through cyber espionage. The NSA estimated that the Chinese had conducted more than 30,000 cyber attacks as part of the massive defense industrial espionage, and that more than 500 attacks were significant intrusions in the Department of Defense systems. More than 1,600 network computers were penetrated, and at least 600,000 user accounts were compromised by Chinese cyberspying. In all, the NSA concluded that the Chinese compromised key components of the F-35. The arrests are among several cases in recent years involving people in the U.S. Armed Services charged with sharing sensitive military information with others, including China. Attorney General Pamela Bondi said in a news release, "The defendants arrested today are accused of betraying our country, actively working to weaken America's defense capabilities, and empowering our adversaries in China. They will face swift, severe, and comprehensive justice." W. Mike Harrington, special agent in charge of the FBI's Seattle field office, who said, "These arrests should send a message to would-be spies that we and our partners have the will and the ability to find you, track you down, and hold you to account." While U.S. may get hold of few, the issue is systematic. Earlier, the Center for Immigration Studies called foreign student visas a weak point in national security and pointed a finger at China as a key abuser of the system, a claim made by several other immigration and national security groups. It said that the explosion of student visas to STEM schools takes positions that U.S. students can use and puts potential spies inside institutions that have key national security ties to the U.S. government. It is also to be noted that many Chinese-origin U.S. nationals are in military. Many of them still have family and relatives in China, and their loyalty could very well be with China or Chinese Communist Party, to be specific. U.S. needs a thorough cleanup, and all agencies will need to work together to stop this menace.